Hello everyone, welcome to Business Learnings. In this video, we will talk about the auto industry and we will try to understand when is the auto industry going to recover from the current slowdown. Uh, so we'll talk about all the key regulatory changes, the norms that have changed, which and the consumption pattern, etc., which has caused the auto industry to, you know, uh, go and take a dip and uh, bottom out. So the first thing that the auto industry faced was transition from BS4 to BS6 norms. What are these norms? So these are norms which regulate how much pollution the engine can produce. So BS4 vehicles, they can produce one level of pollution. BS6 vehicles, they are not allowed to produce more than a certain level of pollution. So BS6 vehicles, BS6 engines, they are more uh, environment friendly. Now, as the pressure from environmentalists build up on India, India made these regulatory changes, and this happened to impact all the companies in the auto sector. Why? Because companies were reluctant to produce more, right? They are not producing more because if they produce more and if they produce more and they are not able to sell it, they will not be able to sell it after April 2020 because companies can only sell BS6 vehicles after April 2020. So this is a production hit. Second is especially in the commercial vehicle norms, commercial vehicles load, Excel load norms. About 1.5, 2 years ago, a new regulation was passed that uh, the maximum limit, the maximum weight a particular commercial vehicle can carry, it was increased by about 20 to 25%. What this means? This means that the same vehicle can carry about 20 to 25% more weight. Therefore, if you have a lot of inventory, you will need lesser vehicles to carry that. So demand for commercial vehicles go down, right? Another reason. Third reason was a lot of there is a lot of happening in the electrical vehicles segment. Uh, Government made some statement that by 2030 you will have half of the vehicles, all the vehicles on road will be electric, and all such statements were made. So this has confused the companies how much should they invest in electrical vehicles, or whether they should go ahead and invest in building BS6 engines, or they should invest in building a better vehicles that could carry more load because now the load norms have increased, etc. All these things, companies are basically confused. Um, Adding to all this, this is the thing for another discussion, that what is the status of the the R&D, research and development for electrical vehicles. A lot of companies have been developing electric vehicles. A lot have already developed it and also started selling it. So we will see slowly the proportion of electrical vehicles will start increasing on road. We will see it happening. Uh, Next is the trend of. So we talked about three things. Yeah, we didn't talk about the consumption pattern. So in metro cities, if you observe, there is a lot of traffic these days. And if you recall, a few months ago, there was a statement made by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman that uh, auto sector is falling down because millennials are using Ola and Uber. So this was not the exact statement. This was one of the reasons, and this is true. This is true. I am a millennial and I have lived in a metro city, and I don't know how to buy a car, and I will not try to buy a car because I have done the cost benefit analysis. I don't think it is with Ola and Uber at my disposal. If I can book Ola share and Uber pool, I can get my work done, get to my office, or reach back to my home in fraction of a cost of what I'll be paying to as an EMI. I understand that there is a sense of ownership and all those emotional bullshit with that, But yes, it is one of the factors. People do not want to drive. People do not want to take a lot of responsibility, and ride sharing is going to be the cheapest once the driverless cars, the auto driving cars come into the picture. Things are going to get way more cheaper. The prices are going to go down by 30-40%, right? Maybe 50-60%. So buying a car in those situations does not make sense if any person logically thinks about it, keeping a future orientation, right? For some people, it might still make sense, but again, as I said, the consumption pattern is shifting from owning to ride sharing. So this is another thing, and the auto sector contributes about 7 to 8% in India's GDP. Why? Because it employs a lot of people across India, and these people are marginal people. They do not earn a lot of money. What it means is whatever they are earning, they are spending 90 of it on food, clothing, and basic needs, healthcare, etc. So what if they are spending all of the money? The people who are earning that money, they are further spending it, and the people who are earning from them, they are further spending it. So the multiplier effect, if I heard of that concept in economics, this multiplier effect is creating a lot of turnover in the GDP, and therefore GDP is taking a real hit, will take a real hit if auto sector goes down, and we have already seen the evidence for it. These were the reasons. Now coming back to when is it going to recover? Okay, one more reason that I left, probably missed out, was the uh, heavy monsoons. If you have heavy monsoons, the kharif fasals that happen during the monsoon seasons and towards the winters, they are going to get ruined, and they got ruined, across countries, across India, across different states, and the income of farmers really got affected from that monsoon. Now, if about 66% of that is two-thirds of India lives in the rural areas, and their primary source of income is agriculture. Now, if agriculture is hit, the demand from that rural sector is going to go down, right? Uh, if the demand is the rural sector goes down, what kind of things rural sector buys in automobile? They buy they buy motorbikes, they buy tractors. Demand for all these go down, and then there is a multiplier effect because these are marginal people who are not earning a lot of money and spending almost all of what they earn, right? So there goes our GDP. The good thing was the monsoon was bad, but uh, the monsoon was good, but actually it was way better than good. That's why all the reservoirs are filled, and therefore there is not going to be a shortage of water in the coming Rabi season, which will mean that farmers, the rural sector, is going to earn a lot of money. They are going to spend a lot, and therefore the economy is going to turn back because a lot of economy is controlled by the rural sector, right? So we are going to see some signs of recovery in the coming months as the transition from BS4 to BS6 happens, as companies rush in to buy these new BS6 vehicles, which yes are going to be expensive, but not in the longer run because they will save your costs on fuel. First thing, and second thing, the rural demand, which will bring in a good multiplier effect. So just wait for several months, about 6 to 8 months, I'd say, and you will start seeing the economy turn around. You will start seeing the signs of growth. This is my understanding. Uh, okay, so I talked about it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have been watching this far, please subscribe if you do not want to miss on such knowledge-based videos. Please share, subscribe, like, comment down any questions. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll end the stream. Uh, Bye.